Here we are. Let's work with a different server besides Windows Server. Yes, Linux makes servers. We're going to download specifically Ubuntu because it has a little crown. No, we're just going to download Ubuntu. And a server in Linux means there is no graphical user interface. LTS is typically what you would do for a server. You don't want things changing midstream. So when Ubuntu goes from 24 to 25, 25 would mean that they're adding feature updates and changing things. 24 is going to be the same for 5 years. However, they are going to provide security and maintenance updates. And there's now Ubuntu Pro, which I didn't know about till I got here. You can keep this same system going for 10 years. With a server, if it's doing what you want it to do, why upgrade it if it's being supported? So we're going to download this guy. And we don't need to subscribe or anything. It's going to say, oh, do you want to download me? And you can see I've already downloaded the ISO. So now we are ready for the next step, which is to start our installation in VirtualBox. So let's create a new virtual machine. And we're going to call it Ubuntu server. So VirtualBox recognized the name Ubuntu, put in all the settings we need. It put in all the hardware stuff. This is fine. 2 gigabytes of RAM is fine. And 25 gigabytes of hard drive storage is fine. So we go ahead and click Finish. Start it up. And just like we've done with Windows and our other installations, this is going to find, VirtualBox is going to find there is no bootable device. There's no operating system. It's going to ask, where is my operating system? I cannot boot. Well, we're going to browse to our other and find, let's see, I put it somewhere up here. There it is. We're going to find our ISO and mount and retry. Well, this did come up a little bit small. I'm going to make it a little bigger so I can see it and you can see it. We'll do 125. That's not bad. All right, so we're going to press enter. That starts up our installation process. Here we have our friendly text-only setup screen. We're going to navigate through this by cursoring up, down, tab. We'll use keys to do the installation. Anything that's highlighted, you press the enter key. So we are going to select English. We are going to cursor up and update to the, oops, I went too far apparently. There it is. I had to cursor down. I kind of held down on my key. So we press enter to update to the new installer. When you're installing something, it's never a bad idea to get the latest installer. It won't take very long. In fact, it's zipping around right now. There we go. It's come back and we want to use the standard English keyboard. We're going to do just Ubuntu server. It's showing us that our network card is connected, so we're good there with our network configuration. We do not have a proxy on our network, and I'm not aware of anybody in this class that has one. I haven't worked in a business where I've had a proxy server for many, many years. Now it's going to be testing the archive mirror configuration. So we would want to wait until this is done. Yay, we passed our mirror test. This is the location where when we update or we install packages that Linux gets its information from. This is like the Windows updates for Linux, and this one is specifically for Ubuntu. So we're going to hit done. The next piece it's saying is set up the disk configuration, which that's fine. We're going to press tab, 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 tab to done because this is perfectly valid. This is fine. We don't have to change anything. Now we have storage configuration. We're going to, well, we don't have to hit tab there, do we? We press done. We press enter, and it's going to say, are you sure? You want to continue? Well, sure. We're going to continue. And now it's going to ask us to set up our usernames and all that. Now the name is the name that's on the account. It's not the username. So I'm going to use Bill Loring. I'm going to call my server Ubuntu24 because it's what it is. It's a Ubuntu 24 server. My username is going to be user1. And I'm going to use password 01 for my user password. There. So we tab again. We hit done. We are not going to enable Ubuntu Pro. This server is not going to last past Christmas. In fact, we're probably done with it this week. So we press enter again. We are going to install OpenSSH server. SSH is the command line interface that allows us to connect from any computer to our server or any Linux box. Linux servers are maintained all by the command line. Linux, everything is maintained by the command line. However, if you have a Linux server, you don't sit in the server room to work on it. You sit at your desk and use SSH to connect. So I'm going to press the space bar to select it. Tab, tab, done. Now there's a bunch of stuff we could add, but we have no reason to add anything. So we're going to do a tab and a done. And now it is going to start installing the system. This is going to take a while, so you might want to work on another assignment while you're waiting for this to happen. Once it finishes at the bottom of the screen, you're going to have a reboot now. So you tab and cursor down till you have reboot now. Press the enter key. And that will reboot. It might get stuck. It got stuck on me the last time. So it's trying to unmount the CD-ROM. Well, it does actually. See, the disk is dismounted, but when I was here, it kind of got stuck. So if you press enter, it should finish rebooting. Now this is going to take a minute or two to come up to a screen where you can actually get started doing something. Now it went by so fast it's hard to see it, but at the top it says Ubuntu login. Well, then all this cloud stuff comes up there and the SSH keys. If you press enter, that'll bring the login back again. So I'm going to type in user1. Whoopsie, too many keys. User1 and then my password. And there we are. The friendly login command for Linux. Let's do a clear. There. Now we can see things a little bit better. I might zoom in one more time. Now if I do that, then it's going to be bigger than this. Okay. So anyway, at this point, we do always want to change the password for the root or enter a password for the root. So we do sudo passwd root. Just like with Windows, there's always an administrator. With Linux, there's always a root. And in this case, we're going to type in Linux rocks. Kind of an interesting password. Oh no, this is the password for me. And, oh no, I did type it right. Yep, and there's Linux rocks. Sometimes when I'm typing it, it doesn't work right. All right, there we go. So now you do a screenshot, you're ready to roll. I'm going to power it off just like we do with Kali Linux.